Hi, MC Thomas here, and I'm back after taking a January hiatus. It's been a while since I've made a video, and it's been even longer since I've watched and reviewed a Telugu film. That being said, Salaar dropped on Netflix, and it was the biggest Telugu movie of 2023. Not only that, but it surpassed the first Baahubali movie to become the third highest grossing Telugu film of all time. Goes to show how much success Prabhas has had in his career. He's in top form in Salaar, playing a character who's mysterious, compassionate, easygoing, but lethal and unstoppable when he needs to be. Salaar is a movie that is very story-heavy, with creative world building and some very impressive visuals. It does have a bit too much exposition at times, and I found it tiring to keep up with so many characters. The editing is also a bit too fast and choppy at times. Overall, I was mixed on Salaar, but I did get a lot of enjoyment out of it, and I think the positive outweighs the negative. The first two acts of the movie were just okay, but the third act was spectacular and got me looking forward to the next one. This is the first part of what will be a two-part story, and the second film is expected to come out sometime next year. Part 1 is mostly backstory, but it gives us all the necessary information needed to build up an epic showdown for Part 2. I'll be talking about spoilers in this video, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, this is your warning. Prabhas plays a character named Deva, and he's close friends with Varda, the son of Kansar's ruler. Kansar is a sovereign city with its own political hierarchy that stood for nearly 1,000 years, and it's able to operate independently from India and the rest of the world. Deva's father is killed when his family's tribe is attacked, but Varda sacrifices his portion of land to protect them. In return, Deva agrees to be Varda's Salaar, an unstoppable weapon that can be summoned in a time of need. Deva and his mother live a quiet life of hiding after that, and there are many scenes showing us that Deva is actually a peaceful guy who doesn't look for conflict. What makes his character interesting is that he doesn't want to fight, but when Varda or his mother need him, he turns into a one-man killing machine. Some of the action scenes and car chases are too quickly edited and make it hard to see what's going on, but the scenes when Deva actually fights take their time and have a generous use of slow motion. It's gloriously gory, with Deva beating people in brutal ways. I do appreciate how the film builds up his first fight scene at the construction site. It keeps you in anticipation for a long time before he actually throws his first punch. My only critique about Deva's fight scenes is that he seems almost a little too invincible, especially in a modern world that has advanced weaponry. In something like Baahubali, it makes more sense that he can beat so many men with ancient weaponry. But in the modern day, the enemies have machine guns. There was one scene where a man with a gun walks close to Deva instead of just shooting him, allowing Deva to grab the gun from him. Learning about Kansar was interesting, and they do a great job of establishing the look, feel, and political structure of the place. There was clearly a lot of thought put into the writing. There are a lot of characters that the movie wants us to follow, but sometimes it can be a lot to keep up with. The first two acts of the movie contain a lot of explaining, and it did get a little boring at times, but the final act of the film was amazing. I was really invested in the scene where Deva kills Vishnu to save the young girls. That's when the movie really picked up for me. Watching Deva destroy everyone in sight and publicly kill Vishnu was so satisfying. The girls chanting and singing as Deva killed their tormentors made the scene that much more memorable. The killing of Vishnu, and eventually his father, causes political discord in Kansar, and a vote is to be cast whether the ceasefire should remain or not. The voting scene is fittingly epic, as is the ensuing battle when the ceasefire is lifted. Deva and Varda team up to fight against a horde of drug-addicted, bloodthirsty men who might as well be zombies. The cheesy one-liners they say to each other during the fight reminds me of something out of an 80s action flick, and I'm all for it. Salaar ends with a pretty crazy twist when it reveals that Deva's father was actually to be the rightful ruler of Kansar, and a tribe of loyalists sees Deva as the rightful king. This sets up a deeply personal conflict between Deva and Varda in Part 2. So it's a movie where Prabhas returns to his home kingdom and discovers that he's actually the rightful ruler. But in all seriousness, Salaar is a movie that does have flaws, but It's also got great world building, memorable visuals, and a grand epic scale to it. I personally look forward to part 2. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments what you think of the movie. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you all have a good one.